Hello again, it's Dr. Humphreys. We're now moving on to learning to play our melody. Our melody is our tune, the tune that we've been singing earlier in the lesson. So you should know it pretty well by now, having sung it at least 2 or maybe even 3 times this lesson. And now we're actually getting on to the bit that you think of as traditional music reading. So you can see we've got these weird symbols floating along the line. But to make this easy, we've put inside of them the actual letter of the note you need to read. So that first note there, above the word I, is a D. Above was is an E. Above scared is an F. And that's how you read it. Can you see that that first note, that D, is really low down? It's the lowest one down, furthest nearest the bottom. That means it's our lowest note. They get higher and higher and higher, and that means they're going to go up the keyboard towards the right-hand side, getting higher. Can you see in there, right there, we've got, I'll point it out actually, right there, we have another D. That is a D, and that is a D. One of them is lower down, one of them is higher up, and you want to make sure that you do that on your keyboard. I'm going to try and play this first line of Riptide for you. You can do this with lots of different fingers. You should ideally be aiming to do it in one hand, your right hand, but you might find it easier to use just one finger to start with and then work your way up from there. So my notes, if I read them out loud, went D, E, F, G, A, D, E, F, G, A, and then I have another D. Now I don't go down all the way to this D, because I remember I saw that it was a high D, so I go up to the next D. So there's a D there. So my line goes... That's my first line. That's with one finger, and it sounds a bit stunted. It sounds a bit detached. So I want to try and smooth it out. I will make that much easier. It'll be much easier if I start using more than one finger. And you can get smoother and smoother and smoother. Your task is to learn, again, the first chunk of your piece using your melody, your tune now. So you will probably be doing just the first page if you're doing Riptide, or the first chunk of your piece if it's a different one. Your teacher may well have made a note of that. I think it's probably about the first page, but I can trust you to use your logical brains to work out where the sensible place to stop is. You can see in Riptide, it suddenly goes very different here. It's a very different type of music. So we're just focusing on that first section there, which is the Riptide verse 1. You've got 10 minutes to learn your melody. Good luck.